Yes, so let me repeat this for those who have joined. Today we are actually using the case study. In this case, we are choosing a data set and then we want to analyze that data set using the concept that we have run. And then I've sent the link using the WhatsApp. So this link of yours will actually enable you to access the data. So you can actually go to this link. You can save your data and then upload it from your machine, or you can just do the same thing that we have been doing, that is reading data from the online. Yes, so that's what I've done. I've actually imported my class starts from here. I've actually imported the necessary modules. So that's pandas, then numpy, and then matplotlib, and then we have seaborn, then we have matplotlib inline. So this one is not a module. I explained yesterday. Yes. So you can see how I have read the data. So the previous method we have been using is a read table, but today I've used a read CSV because if you just go to this link of the data, yes, if you go to this link, the last extension you can see is a .csv. So once you know the file extension, you can just go and read that file directly. Yes, rather than using the read table method. So I've used the read CSV. And then I filled some of the rows from the top. That is using the add method. Yes. So you can see we have actually someone is trying to communicate or what?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Like, how can I download this data and have it in my machine?
What you do is just go here. This is how you download the data. Double click your link. Yes. So this is the link. You can go here. The three dots. Click here, and then say I want to save more tools. Save the page as. Yes, you click that one. You can see your file, and then click save. Yes.
Thank
So
you.
you can see this file of mine. I can just go here the folder. Then you can see my data is here, police. That's the name of the data. That's how you download the data into your local machine. And if you
Thank you.
want
I got it.
and if you want to read from the local machine, you either copy the file directory or you paste your data into the working directory. Hope you understand that process. Yes. So where I was so I've said we have filled some of the rows from the top, and then the rows from the bottom. Yes, the tail method. So after that, this is what I like to actually do. That is using the info method, because the info method has more information. So info, if I run the info method, I will actually have more information about the data I've just loaded. So you can see here, I can see the number of columns we have, that is 0 to 14. So how many are they? They are 15 what? 15 columns. So I have the top date column. So this top date column, this is the date that actually, because I've said this data comes from the what, the traffic police. So what they are actually doing, the frisking processes they are carrying out, that is what being actually recorded. So they record the date of the stop. So if you come, you have your car or your any of the vehicle, then you come, you are stopped. So they record the date, and then they record the time they have stopped you. They record the count name. Okay, they record your count name. They record your gender. They record your age. So actually, the rows we are not going to use. So we are going to use those ones who are direct. So if you see violation row, we are just going to use the violation. We are going to actually drop the rows. So the rows, yeah. So this is what they have recorded: your gender, your age, your race, and then your what you have violated. Okay, and then they indicate whether they have done the search. If they have done the search to you, they what, they indicate, because you can see the value of the search is a boolean, so they indicate true. If they have not corrected the search, then they indicate what, false. Then the search type, so we will see how many search types they are carrying out. They also record the outcome, and then they also have the is arrested. So those are the information which has been actually recorded out during this process. So once you run this, command, you can see we know now the columns, and then we know we can see the d types, the data type of each column. So I said before you start actually extracting informations or insights, you need to make sure your data is what, is clean. Okay, so cleaning data, you need to check the following. When you want to clean your data, you need to check the following. You need to check the data types, the data types for each column. So you need to make sure that each column has the correct data type. Okay, you need also, you need to remove unused columns. So there are columns that we are not going to use. So like here, you see we have violation row, and then we have violation. So it's the same thing, but this is the raw data. This is now the kind of the corrected data. So we are going to use this option. So we are not going to use the raw data, the driver age row, and which one have they corrected in terms of the row. So those two we are not going to use. So you need to remove those rows, those columns. Yes, you need to remove remove actually remove duplicates. Do you remember the duplicates? So those are the values which are actually repetitive. Those are the rows which are repetitive or columns. So in either case, you need to remove them and remain with a one copy. Okay, yes, and then you need to check actually the missing values in your data set. So in this case, values in your data set. In this case, I said missing values actually it's very critical. You need now to actually consult for the project manager, because you can either remove your missing values or you can fill the missing values. So it's good to actually consult your manager so that he can advise you on how to actually go about it. Then we have outliers. Outliers. So the outliers actually, I think I tried to explain this yesterday using the data visualization, and I said that the outliers, you check the outliers actually using the visualization tools. If you just plot maybe a distribution graph or a KDE graph or a scatter graph, you can able to observe if your data has the outliers, and then when you find they are present, you need to remove them. You need to chop them. Yes. Let me see another thing you are going to do when you are doing the data cleaning. We have said the so also maybe renaming your columns, your columns. So you can also rename your columns if your columns are not renamed correctly. So in this case, we are talking about maybe the columns with spaces or with actually some funny characters. So you need to rename your data columns. Then the final one I think is to clean to make sure your data values have the correct format. Have the correct format. Okay. So yes, so this one may be actually different from this. This one may be different from this. The data types and then the correct format. So yes, so just know that these are the most common used concept when you want to clean your data. When you want to clean your data, you need to actually able to what? Able to deal with these things before you start your analysis. Yes. So let's go ahead and start from any of those things. So if you can observe this, if you can observe this, uh, you can see, let's go for the data types. So the stop date, we have object. Is that the correct data type? Stop date. Is that the correct data type? You should be speaking. You should be speaking. Anyway, let me just speak. So the stop date, that's a date what? A date data type, but in this case, it is given as an object. So you need to take care of that. Also, stop time, it's a date value, so it should be given a date data type. So you need to handle that also. And then we have count name. Count name is given as front, but look at this. Count name as zero and values. So it means all the values are what? Null. It means that all the values in these columns are missing. So if you have a column that is missing this process of ours, missing values, you need to drop those columns or the rows. Yes. So this is the first thing I want to do. I want I want to drop def dot columns. I want to drop columns that I'm not going to use. From this, the columns that I'm going to use to drop is the count name. Why? Because it is actually as all the values are what? Are missing. So I'm going to drop this column. Come again here. I said I'm not going to use the raw data. So I'm going to use the correct data. So I'm going to drop this driver row and then the variation row data. So let me do that. So what I do, I just say my name of the data frame is data, then dot drop. Inside drop, I specify the columns I want to drop. So in this case, we have actually I can just copy this. Yes, I want to paste it here and add a comma, and then I go ahead and I don't want this driver h row. I paste it here and then go ahead and put the third column. That is what? That is actually the age. Is it this is the age, and then we are having the which another row we are having the row column, the violation row. Yes, this one. So I don't want this, so I paste it here. So I run this. If I run this, if I run this, so remember I need to have the specify the axis same as to yes. So I need to actually make this. Let me see whether there I have written them correctly. Yes. So let me go ahead and run this. So this is the code to remove the following rows, the following columns. That is the count name. Why have you removed the count name? Because it has all the values are missing. And then we have driver h row. I've said I'm not going to use this. If you come here, if you come to the this so the driver h, and then look at the driver h row. So I'm not going to use this the row. If you can see the row, it's actually actually what? It's the date the date here, the birth date here. But I'm only interested in this one. I know to know the age of those people. Yes. So that's why I've said I'm not going to use end row. Yes. So let me check if that is what has happened. So data dot columns, and then if I run this now. Look at this. I don't have the count name. You search this count name, it's not here. And then if you search this, the driver h row, not here. Violation is not here. Yes. So I've done that. Now I want to actually go ahead and I want to correct this. So the stop date and the stop time, you expect those values to be of the same. Like they should be have the same column, okay? Because they belong to the date. Yes. So I need to combine these two. Stop date and then the stop time. So if I'm talking about the date, then it means I will just go and see the year, the day, the time, and whatsoever. Yes. So to combine that, I can just use. So I need to combine these two, stop date and the stop time, and then create a new column. So to create a new column, It means it's you use data, the name of that, and then you pass the name of your column. So in this case, I'm going to use as date, and then my date, I will combine the two. I will combine the two. I will combine the two. That is data dot stop stop date, and then I'm going to add, and then I'm going to separate the two by the space, and then I'm going to add also the second column, that's data dot stop time. Yes, so I'm creating a new column with the name stop date, then it will contain these values, that's stop date and then the stop time. So if I run this, let me check whether they have made changes. So data dot actually date dot date. So if I run this, I just fill the end. So you can actually see I've created the column of mine, the new column of mine, that's date, and then it has the first part is the from the stop date, and then the second part is from the stop time. Yes. What did I do wrong? So data dot drop. Maybe you run your code. Maybe you run your code two times. Can you run the first code to load the data? This one. The bd dot read data. Run that, and then I think your code will work. Yes. So this is what I've done. So let me check the df the data dot info. If I run that, I can see some. Yes, let me go to the new column that you have created. That's the date column. So what's the data type given to this date column? It is object. So I need to change that. To what? To date time. To date time. Yes. So to do that, just name that column of mine. That's data date. Override the data date to bd. So I use my method called bd dot to date time. So that one will actually convert your data from string or from object to a date type. So let me repeat that. So I'm using, I've said here my data, my date column, it is being recorded as an object type, which is not correct. So I need to convert the object type into a date type. So I use the method called to date time. So to date time, you only pass the column you want to convert, that is date, and then I'm now overwriting it. Okay, I'm now overwriting it. So that is it. So if I run this, if I run that, then I try to run the data.info. Yes. So if I run this, let me go to the date column. You see the date column now they have the correct format. Have the correct format. That is date time. Yes.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Uh, you've left me behind. Can you go back to where you started joining the columns?
This one.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
So what is it? Or you just want to see the code?
yes.
Okay.
And the code above it still doesn't run.
Which one?
Where we were dropping the three
Yes,
columns.
I'm saying if you run that code the second time, if I come here, if I come here and then run the code, my code will have the errors. Why? Because those columns are not they are not present now because they have made changes to the data. So what you do, you go back to the this this you return all the codes you have written. Yes. So that's what I'm saying. If you have those codes that removes the columns or the rows, you need to run them once. You need to run them once. So if you run them twice, you'll get an error because those values they are not existing. You have already removed them. So you have an error that these values are not what existing in the rows or the columns. So yes, so we can have that. So we have managed to do that. Let's see other actually what
They overwritten the date column.
what
The last code you have.
yes, this one.
Yes, that one.
Yes, so I'm saying for me to convert the to convert value from date from object to date. I use the function to date to date actually to date time, and then I pass the inside date time. I pass the column I want to what the column I want to actually change. So in this case, I was changing this date of mine, which was initially object type, and then if I now run this, I will have my date time column. So
Okay.
now I don't need the two. I don't need the two columns, so I can drop them. So it is df data dot drop and then I create a list. The first one is stop what stop date, and then the second one is stop time. Yes, so then die the other things, that is axis same as to axis same as to one, and then in place method same as to yes. So this is what I've said. I want to drop those columns because I don't have now the use. I would only use the date column, the one I've actually derived those values from. Yes. So let's give it a minute. In case you have a problem, just communicate. So I don't know why my My VS Code has stopped. So for those ones who are joining late, we are actually trying to do the data cleaning process. And then after we do the data cleaning process, we will go ahead and then now start extracting the insights from the dataset. Yes. Uh-huh. Why yes. So that's we have said we are dropping those columns. So the next step to do is actually now check for the missing values. I'm waiting for my code to run. So once you have done with that, we need now to remove to check if we have missing values, and then if they are present, we remove them. We remove them, and also I would try what I would do for those actually if there is missing values for those numerical variables, we will try to fill those values. Then for the object type, we will actually remove those variables. Remove those rows. Yes, 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 yes. Mhm. Uh, Let me just restart these things. Yes. So you can go ahead if you are comfortable with what I've said. Uh, just go ahead and actually check there whether we have missing values and then remove them while I'm waiting for my escort to respond. Yes, so if you are done with that, just send your screenshot to WhatsApp so that I can be able to see what you have done. Just check if there exist missing values. Write that code over yours and then send. Mhm. So just send the answers. Send the answers if you have the managed to do that. Send the answers. Yes. My machine has just hanged completely. So just send the answers. Send answers while I'm waiting my laptop to respond. Yes. So now what you do next? What you do next? Actually, uh, go ahead and now uh, no, I have to do that one. Okay, go ahead and run the method to check if they are duplicates now. The first task I've given is to check if they are missing values. Now go ahead and check if they are duplicates. If they are duplicates. I don't know why my machine is actually hanging. Yes. So I've said you guys you are not sending any answers. Send answers, send answers. No, this one is not correct. I want the sum of those values to be displayed for every column. For every column. Yeah, this one is correct. This one is actually correct. Uh-huh. So you can see search conducted as 0, missing values, then drag rated stop as also 0, missing values, date as also 0, missing values. Yes. Now do the duplicates. Check for the duplicates and check if they are duplicates, then how many are they? Uh-huh. Do the sum now. Do the sum, the sum of those duplicates. Send answers. Data dot duplicated dot sum. Yes, this one. So this one is correct. We have 479 duplicates, 408 duplicates. So why are we having different answers? I expect the duplicate to have the same answers. Have you removed the rows the columns that we have previously removed? The county name, the row age, stop date, stop time. Yes, 480. You should be actually doing, everyone should be doing this. Four hundred and eighty. So I see 480, I see 480. So 479, I don't know why you are having 479. Mm-hmm. Don't just actually reason. Try to do what the others are doing. When you are doing, then it means you understand the process. Mm-hmm. Yes. Anyway, so some people are doing, some others are not doing. Others are just keeping quiet. Not, yes. So I don't know what others are trying to do. They haven't sent anything. So if you don't participate, it's also going to be not easy for you to actually understand these things. So we have done some 2 to 3 things. The first thing is that we have removed those unwanted columns. Then we have also changed those data variables with incorrect data time data type. So we have changed that. We have changed for the date. Yes. So what we are going to do is to check those missing variables, and then once we check the missing variables, and then we are going to remove those missing variables for specific object type, and then for numeric type we try to actually feed them. So usually usually you can just feed those missing values. You can feed the missing values with either of the using the mean, or you use the median. So any of the method could actually work. Stop date. So I've said I want to remove the stop date columns, and then the stop time. Then I want to see the axis same as 1. Then in place method equals to true. Yes. Mhm. Yes, so let's try to wait. Under and to activate this. What? Mhm. So I don't know if the other stopped sending those answers.
I have a question.
Yes.
Sent my error on WhatsApp. I'm still stuck there. I'm just resending it again.
What, have you sent your error in WhatsApp?
Let me just send a screenshot again.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So have you run how many times have you run the code? If you run more than 2 times, then you will have the same error, because the, once once you run one, the first time you convert to date. Now you can't use the same method to convert date to date to just give an error.
So what's the solution?
So can you rerun the server error? What? Okay. Run this. So let me try to do from this side. What? I will go ahead. Wow. My machine is very, I don't know what is happening. So the data, same as to, let me redo it, read about pandas as PD and about number as NP, then uh, import are we importing the match, just import the SQL as SNS and this. Let me wait. So uh-huh. CSV, and then this idea. Dot. Data same as to bd dot read CSV. So this one is idea paste this, run this. Even this even this one is taking time. I don't know why. Okay. So data dot info. Okay, so the first thing we did is we created we remove those columns. So data dot drop, then we drop these columns, make a list. Yeah, that's count name. Then count name, and then we did remove the violation law. And then we did remove the driver age row. Driver age row. Then axis same as one. Then in place same as two. We run this data dot columns of that, so they are not actually inside here. So I get data, and then I create the date column. Then I say same as to data dot stop date, and then I add a space. Then I add data dot stop time. So if I run this now let me convert that column. So data, then your date should be equal to pd dot to date time. So date time, just pass my date data dot data dot what date. Yes, so let me see my data dot info. I get my yes, so my value has been converted to this. Okay, now I can go back to where I'm used to. Oh, so I have that an error. So for those ones who are having error, I've just repeated the process. And then you can actually, I don't know, I want to use this. Oh, it's like I don't know what's happening. Anyway, so what I've asked you to do is check if there is missing value. So it's data dot is na, and then na, then you do the sum. This is what I've asked you to do. You can see now the whether we have presence of values, missing values. So stop date. Oh, now I need to remove this stop date and stop date time, because we don't need them. We only need we have created date column to do the work supposed to be done by the two columns. So I can just say data dot drop, and then I specify the that as stop time, and then stop date. Stop date. Yes, so axis same as to 1, then in place same as to. So if I run this, yes, so now data dot is na and then dot sum. Let me run this. I have that values. So what I've said, the numerical variables are driver gender, no, driver age. I think those are the only numerical values. That is this front type, that's driver age. The others are string or boolean. So I want to apply the field method. I want to apply the field method. So what you do, you just say data dot field na. You are filling those values by the np dot mean, and then inside mean I want to pass the mean of that column. So we are already filling the values for the driver age. Yes, so I'll pass my data dot driver age, and then I will say in place same as true. I will explain this code how it works. I'm trying to fill the numbers. I'm trying to fill the numbers using the mean of that column. So if I run data dot is na, and then I try to do the sum, look at the column of hours. Yes. No, I've done this one. This one is not. And let me go back to this. Yes. So data dot info. Yes. So I'm here. I'm here. Let me repeat the same. So I want to fill this column of hours. That's driver age, the front type, by the mean of that column. The one I've written is not correct. Why? Because I've just filled all the missing values. I'm interested with only the driver age column. So I will do that data dot that column, that's driver what? Driver age, and then I say dot field na, and then I say driver dot this. So this is the command I want to. So you can use this way, or you can use the np dot mean, np dot mean, and then inside np dot mean you pass the column, the column you want to find the mean, that is driver H. Yes, so if I run this, then next I want to see if it has made changes. So driver dot info or driver dot is NA, and then I want to do the sum dot sum. Yes, so if I run that one, you can see now my column of driver H has what? 0 non-values. Why? Because I have fed those values with the mean of the values that were present in the driver H column. Now, is that clear? That is very clear. Unless you have a question.
Excuse me,
Yes.
could you please repeat that?
So I'm saying, you see here, this the data.info displays the information such as that we have some missing values. So maybe I did not run that. Let me just actually run the is a name method here above what above. So let me just repeat this. So let me just go back here because I don't want to write. If I write, I would have I need to run all the things. So this is what I'm explaining here. I checked if there was missing values. Yes, there were missing values. Driver age was having, driver gender was having 500, and you can see the values. Driver age was having 5621. But remember, driver age is a numerical variable. The others, they are of object type, that is string type. Okay. So I said, now I want to feed, instead of dropping those values in a numerical variable, in this case driver age, I want to feed now the values, those missing values, by the mean of the present values in the driver age column. Yes. So maybe we will check this. If you check, maybe I have my x same as 2. X same as 2. Let me create a dictionary. 1 2 1 2 2 3 4. Let me create this one, and then I can create something. I want to illustrate, maybe for those one who doesn't. I'll just make this np dot none no, this way. I just want to create one, so it's 1. Yes, just create a list. 1 2 3 4, and then np dot none, then 6, then np dot none, then np dot none. So if I run this list of mine and I try to convert using the pd dot data frame, let me use the series pd dot data frame. Then inside here I pass my x, let me run this. So my data frame will be maybe df same as to this one. So if I display df is having these values. So this is what I'm trying to see. If you see this series of mine, I have how many values? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, but if I check the df now dot is a name and then dot sum, if I run this, I can have my missing values. Okay, there are 3, which is correct. There are 1 2 3. Those are the missing values. Now I can fill these missing values of mine with maybe a mean or median. Maybe in this case, let's say the median. So what we do, we calculate the median of the present values. Present values are 1, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one not given, so it will not be included. This one, yes, the others are not included. If you are finding the mean, those are the values which are present. Those are values which will be included to calculate the mean. So it's like 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 6. You divide by how many n? N is same as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5. So 6 divided by 5, that's the mean. So you fill these values by 6 divided by 5. Yes. So that's why we are saying if you just say that you want to df dot feed NA, and then inside the NA you can just say NP dot mean of what your df. So if I run this and then I say imprecision as true, if I run this, let me run just the df. I run the df. Now my df value has been fed by the mean. The mean is same as to 3.2. So they would be fed by this 3.2, 3.2, 3.2. Those are the values which we are missing. This is the same concept we are using here. So I think that one is very clear. So let's go ahead. So let's go to the data set. That data dot is NA, and then
Sorry, could
I get the sum.
could you please just go to the code where you've replaced the mean for a second?
This one or the other for the data set or this one.
No, the one above for the data set.
Yes, this of ours. Yes. So
Okay, thanks.
what?
That's fine. Thank you.
Okay. So let's go back. We have now. So the missing values now remains for this non-numeric. These are numeric variables. So what we do, we just drop them. Let's drop them. That is data dot drop NA, and then we place them as true. So if we run this, we run that. That's now confirm if we have n missing values. So data dot is NA, and then dot is NA, then dot sum. So if we run this, we now have 0 missing values. So those missing values have been what? Have been dropped. Yes. So let's go ahead and do the want to do the check for the duplicates. To check for duplicates, that data dot duplicated, and then we can do the sum. This one. So if I run this, I would check if my data. So I have 10 duplicates. Let's remove them. That's data dot duplicates dot drop duplicates, then press them as true. Is I run this, let me check if you have the duplicates data dot duplicated. Yes, and then dot sum. So if I run this, I have zero duplicates. So I have removed the missing values. I have also removed the duplicates. So let's go up here and see what we are going to do next. So we have done this. I use columns. We have done data types. We have done remove duplicates, missing values. The only thing we have not done is the outliers. But in this case, because we don't have many numerical, you know, outliers are being detected using the what? Numerical variables. Remember here we only have what? We only have driver age as the only numerical variable. So data dot info. So we are going not to do the
Please show me the code where we are removing the duplicates.
duplicates. So
Yeah, the removal.
let me just maybe give a sample of data. Let me give x same as 2, x same as 2. So duplicates are also another process. So let me give this. Let me give another set of number, that is let me this one, and then I start from maybe 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, let me go ahead. Then maybe I have 34. I have I have I have I have 50. So I want to create this data set of mine. Df same as 2. Let me convert to the data frame. Df same as 2. Bd dot data frame. So if I run this, I pass x. So if I display the df, this is my data. This is my data now. So I said the trials, they are points which are likely to be what? To be actually outside. So let me get this cns dot east to plot, and then I pass x. Let's plot our east plot and histogram so that we can see the distribution.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes,
Like I was asking with the code where that was to replace the duplicate, like to remove the duplicates.
that's what I'm actually trying to do, because I've said,
Uh,
oh, you want to see the code of the duplicates?
for the removal.
Okay. Oh. Yes, you want this. Yes, where it is, I think this is the for the duplicate, this one, this. So
I've seen it.
okay. Yes, so I want to explain how to remove outliers. Let me change maybe bins same as to 10. Yes, so we want to check This is the distribution of data. Okay, so if you can observe this, if you can observe this, or use the what about the KDE, the CNS dot KDE KDE prot, then data x70. I'm running this. Yes. So if you can see the KDE, you can see my KDE is actually the tail is tilted to the left. So we can guess that we have outliers, maybe starting from 40 to 60. So what we do, let's develop a method now of handling those what. I'll just describe one and then go and search for the others. So we have a Z-score. For those ones who are doing statistics, you know what's a Z-score. So we can use a Z-score to actually detect and remove these outliers. So what does it mean? So a Z, I gave this formula yesterday. You say it's X, value X, and then you subtract the mean. And then these values now you divide by the what? You divide by actually the standard deviation. So we normalize this. We find the Z score. We find the Z score of these values, and then we set our threshold. So if the threshold is, if the values doesn't meet the threshold, that is, they are above the threshold or they are below the threshold, those values we regard them as what? As actually as outliers. So in this case, let's use this formula to calculate the new quorum. So the new quorum, this ours, it is, we have df, and then we create a said score, and then you say same as 2. We say same as 2. We are just using this formula. It is the df so by default this column of mine, the name of this column was given as 0. That's what I'm saying. So these values you subtract the mean, that is df np dot mean df same as 0, and then let's just do this and we write the answer. This one. So we are just doing the upper, what is it, df minus df b dot mean df dot 0. So what is it? Key error 0. Anyway, let's rename this. Let's rename the column of this. Let's name the column of this one. So df dot columns same as to actually x values So let me, x value is not defined, So df dot columns same as let me leave it x df dot columns what is it? Because this and then the columns columns same as x. Okay, so let me run this. Yes, so I've named my column as x. Yes, so let me come here. Let me just done everything. Come here. So here, instead of this, I just say x, and then instead of this, I'll just say x. So this one, x is not defined. Okay. Anyway, I'm just trying to create a new column of z score values. That's what I'm trying to actually x is not defined. So what is it? Df x df dot x I use the capital or small x. Actually I use small x, so that's why I'm having that error. Yes. So x and b dot mean, then here it's x. Yes, so this one should actually work. So my df now we have this, we have x, and then we have z score. But here we need actually we need to complete the formula, because we only did the numerator, that's x minus mean. We need to divide by these values, z scores, by the standard deviation. So what we do, we say df z score, we just overwriting those values by z score yes, z score same as 2 same as 2. So you might actually, I'm just creating the data frame, and then I will explain these things. I do now the df dot z score I divide by this by the standard deviation, that is np dot nb dot std, and then inside std I pass df dot z score. Yes, no, not df dot z score, not df dot z score. Is there, you are assigning the std of the x, df dot x. Yeah, so this one is now the correct. So look at now, so df, let's run our df. So this is what I mean. We use the said score to actually detect these outliers. So what we do, we convert, remember we were having the column as x, we have converted the x in z-score values. These are the z-score values. Okay, now we give what? We give a threshold. Okay, so usually it's given a 0. So threshold we define threshold as 3, and then we say, so if so let me see how we write this one. So if let's just create a filter. Let's create a filter, that is df dot z-score z-score should be what? Should be actually so I want to define, so these values of my z-score should lie within this threshold. So any value that has more than the threshold, that is 3, is regarded as outlier. Any value that has less than 3 is regarded as outlier. So we need to define a z-score such that those values are filtered, that those values would be what? Would belong in this actually threshold. So in that case we say, so I mean this, so it's df dot z-score, and then it is should be less than or less than 3. So df dot z-score is less than what? 3. Yeah, so this is our filter, and then we come here, we display this data now. So we just say df and this. So so my point is that uh, uh, you use z-score to actually detect these outliers, not detect but remove them. Okay, so what is it? So it actually, you need to calculate the z-score. Z-score, you use this formula, and then you are saying the threshold, the minimum value of your z-score should be what? Should be 3. So those values that are beyond 3, then they are regarded as the 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 what? The outliers. So if you see my filter, find out that all the 13 values, they are within the what? Within the threshold. So in this case, I don't have the outliers. So that's how to detect and remove the outliers. Okay. Yes. So another method, maybe you know, you can use the upper quartile and the lower quartile. So that one you would go and research, because we need to actually complete the other things. This was not part of the what we are trying to do. Yes. So let me go ahead. Now that I have my data as my data dot add. So go and read the z-score, how to calculate the z-score, and then you will understand the rest. So data dot add dot info. So is my data ready? Let me check if my data is ready. So I have now my non-missing values. You can see the rows are now changed to what? To 3187. That one is 7. That one is 6. Not that one is 7. That one is 6. So I have none values. I have removed the duplicates. I have converted to the right data frame. So let me just take an example of 2 to 3 questions, then try to answer those questions using the data now. Using the data. So where is it? Yeah. So I'm just trying to have some 2 to 3 questions, try to answer using the data. So the first process to do this data analysis to make sure your data is very clean. If it's not clean, you clean your data like I've done to mine. Okay. So once you do that, now your data is ready. You can extract information, specific information you want to actually do. Yes. Am I having, so we'll do some questions and then tomorrow we'll complete the rest of the questions. We'll complete the rest of the questions. So the first question, this is the first question. This is the first question. I think we have done this about the none. Remove the columns, we have done that. So this is the question I want to answer. Do men or women speed more often? That's the question. So the question is that do men or female, let me just write it. Do men or female what speed often? So when your data is ready, and then you want to extract now the information. What's important here is that you need to understand the equation. Once you have understand the equation, then you will know which specific columns you are required to use and how the result should look like. Okay. Yes. So this question of mine is touching on the male or female. The male or female is probably on what? On driver gender column. And then it is talking about the speeding. So the speeding will be what? Found on which column? Which column do I find the speeding? Okay, if you don't have that,
Violation.
yes, violation. So if you don't have the time, you just do the value counts. So you can just say data dot driver driver gender, and then you do the value counts dot value counts. Yes, so that one would actually summarize your that. So in driver gender you have made, they are given as this and this. Let's try to give another variable driver data dot race about the race. You have done the gender, the race, driver race, driver, yeah, race, dot value counts. So this would just summarize your. So in race we have white, we have black, we have Hispanic, we have Asian, then others. Then let's go ahead and do the for the violation. So driver as data dot violation dot value counts this one. So if I run this, so in variation now my speed is here. You can see my speeding. We have also another other variation that's moving variation. Equipment, if you are found with an illegal equipment. Registration plates, if you don't have this or they are expired. Other, then seat belt also. Also we can summarize the search conducted. So search conducted, if you can see this search conducted, you only have the boot type. So true or false. Search type, let's do the search type data dot search type, and then we do the value counts dot value counts. So let me run this. So on my search type, you can see the number of search they are going to actually carry out. We have incident to arrest, the probable cause, and then inventory. So those are the types of search types they are likely to carry out. I think we have done the stop outcome is arrested duration. Anyway, that's how to summarize each of those categorical variables. You just do the value counts, and then you can see the values within the variable. So in this case, we have discussed that our speeding is found in violation, and also our gender, that's male or female, is found in what? Is found in the driver gender column. So the question is, do men or female speed over? So what does it comes in your mind? The first thing is that your variation has to be speeding. So let's do that. So data and then dot violation, yes, should be same as to speeding. And just copy the way it is. Make sure you have actually written the correct spellings. If you don't do this, you can see S is capital. If you don't do this, you will not get you will get the error. So speeding, yes. So if I run this, I can have my true and false values. So this is what I needed, is that I need to feed that the data to have what? This violation. So I can output the data for this. So to output this data, you just write the data and then write this, copy everything here, and then paste inside here. Now if I run this, I will only have a data frame which has been filtered out by only violation, by those who have committed violation, speeding as the violation. Okay, yes. So but I haven't answered the question. Now I need to know how many of these are what? Are in female and in men. So what I do, I just raise my square brackets, I pass my variable, that is driver what? That is driver gender. And then I do the what? I do dot value count. So I need to count how many are the females value counts. Yes. So if I run this, I can see that I have 821 people from the male side that have committed speeding. Okay, so I think this one is not more informative. I can just pass my normalization. Normalize as true. If I pass this one, now I can communicate in terms of percentage. That said that 85 or 86% of the people are likely to be made for those who are causing what? Speeding. So how often are they speeding? So for speeding, we have 86% for male, white, 14% for what? For female. So in your report, you are supposed to write those kind of words. Okay. Yes. So any question here? Any question? Yes. So we stop there, and then tomorrow we will complete the rest of the questions. We will complete the rest of the questions. And then if you have answer, maybe we'll take the
Excuse me.
yes.
Before you leave,
Uh-huh.
show me the last code.
Okay. This one. So my homework actually my homework is to do
I've seen it.
yes, my homework is to do this thing using the group by method. So tomorrow use the group by method and then to do the same thing I've done. Try to use the group by method to do the same thing. Yes, so I'm actually closing the meeting.